best. Takes yours a while, and the adjustment period. Josh Tiven, Carl Lane, Eric Dallin are 3 officials, and an easy one for CP3. Going to Steven Adams to start the game offensively and scoring. Backdoor run, and Holiday wasn't ready for it as it hit him in the side of the head. It begins with a turnover and a run out for Gallinari. 4-0 Oklahoma City. The Pels when 3 minutes gone by against an Oklahoma City team that comes in. Don't forget they're 10 games over the 500 mark at 32-22. Mid-range, she's exceptional. I'm glad I said it.
Drew's been doing a really good job these past few games. You go back to the Indiana game, even the Chicago game, of getting the bigs involved. It's a heck of a move by Chris Paul.
Yeah, but you can't keep giving up layups.
Right.
And now all just the front of the rim. I thought it was going to be short. I'm glad I was wrong. 1-point game.
Lonzo looked over here and said, take that, Myers.
Right.
That's his spot.
You got it. And it's short. Now Lonzo and the Pels look for the first lead of the game. That's good. It'll be Drew. That's a deep triple. Zion's trying to get there, and it's going to be a hold on Chris Paul because he couldn't get there. That's going to take us to that would have put JJ at the line. On the run, Nico, and all the way to the cup. Can't get the finger roll. A little bit strong. Too good to be true. Final 2+. They're leaving the wrong guy.
Well, you have 2 bigs out there.
Easy.
You have 2 bigs out there, and they're not communicating with one another. You can see them talking to each other now,
right.
But it's a little on any particular play.
Trying to sell it. It'll be a corner 3 for Ferguson.
And that's their offense. That's their offense. They're going to put the ball.
It's in a black and white movie. The Boston Celtics off the glass. Drew Holiday.
That's pretty.
Isn't that sweet?
Yes, it is.
A little 14, 15-footer off the window with great touch. Nader put his body and cut it down completely. Good job by Nico. Multiple picks, as you said, and out of bounds. Now the Pels should play with only
basketball by Drew Holiday.
Set up by Holiday all the way. Drew coming off a 10-assist game. He's got 5 dimes already with that make. Chris Paul got it up in time and a little bit short. On the run, Zion batted away. Take it away. Stop the ball. It'll be another 3. No, Ferguson short. He already got it. JJ's in. I don't know if he's going to rip it away from Steven Adams.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's right.
You might want to go ahead and get back. I tell you what, when you're running back, you have to show Dennis Schroeder a wall.
Yeah, well, it was only JJ on an island.
Right, but there were a couple guys that were trotting back as opposed to sprinting back.
Now, it'll be an easy one. Points off a mistake again. And the Pels are down now 9-3 in points off. He's going to orchestrate things, although it's given up in a hurry, but he's the true lead. JJ, look where he was on the floor, comes up short again. In order to make sure he's beyond the arc. Stays tied at 33. Chris Paul got the switch he wanted, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And shares it with Nader. That balloon as Nico tapped it. KC and JJ right back to the locker room. This is the tough matchup, and he gets another layup out of it.
Full head of steam.
Yeah.
Full head of steam. You got to guard Dennis.
Game for the Pels. They're already down 13-3 in points off mistakes. And that was a point of emphasis you and I talked about at the top. They can't beat themselves. 9-0 run. Oklahoma City away by Josh Hart. He's got JJ and lost. It'll be kept alive, but will go right to Chris Paul. They're not going to run unless they have numbers, and they have numbers right now. Dort. Strong. Picked up by Drew. Zion on the spin.
Chris Paul.
Turnover.
Chris Paul doing Chris Paul things, though.
Yeah, but the pass. Is he in a position to succeed?
Well, the thing is, if he does what Zion does, we don't have an issue with that. I don't know how often this year where he's been in transition and got a turnover.
Well, there's 11 turnovers combined
for sure
for the Pels, and that's way too many. They're right now down 15-4 as Chris Paul is going to get 2 more.
Into the 120s,
right.
130s. If you're playing teams that are slow and deliberate, even though they're really good basketball teams, but you got to push the pace, right?
Pels taken 6 of the last 8 as Chris Paul creates contact on his own. They weren't going to bail him out on that because the Pels have been shooting free throws really well. Gallinari, and it's getting away. 60. Zion. Yeah, step through.
Another good read.
Yeah, and a reach from behind. They say no. Chris Paul got all ball. Josh Hart lost it, and finally they call the reach on Chris Paul.
Then it was Russell Westbrook and it was Paul George that were all free agents.
Right.
You have to cater to those guys, so that makes it tough.
Now no fouls. It'll be Steven Adams.
They giving Steven Adams some.
And
wow!
Makes it a 5-point game. Z is up to 17 with the make.
So much space that Chris Paul has coming off that pick and roll.
And then you get
the amount of space. Chris Paul, the same way that you guarded with Damian Lillard.
Well,
like you have to be up. These guards are too skilled. If you give them space and opportunity, they are going to make you pay.
Now Steven Adams up against Zion on a clear out. And with a left hand, it'll not stay home. Down and back out and a break for the Pels, trailing by
zoning up. And you've heard Alvin complaining about this or conversating with the officials about this for quite some time.
Chris Paul fills it up, and now Oklahoma City. For Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good call.
That's truly collaring a guy. And a bad pass by Alonzo.
The thing is,
Chris Paul in a switch is going to get Zion. So the mismatch because of the transition. It'll be Chris Paul. He fell on his own. And Zion and Noel gets it out in a hurry. Instead of 7 left. Everything again. Nobody stopped or guarded the ball.
And you know what? That's Zion's right there. That's Zion's responsibility.
KC. Drew on a Euro. And who just came in Muscala for the first time. So they got a couple of shooters. Chris Paul leaves it for Muscala right off the bench, and he's got a triple. That's what he's in there for. He Jay Gilgeous-Alexander, and then you got a Schroeder off the bench in his 8th year. Now they get the switch they wanted. CP3's mid-range, and a good job by Nico. Drew Holiday on a switch and on a reverse doesn't get the finish. Did everything right and didn't get the finish. Schroeder, he was the dangerous one of the first half, and a good drop.
So look at how the momentum has changed the moment Zion has checked out the game.
Sits down, and that's matchup purposes because they have both Gallinari and Muscala on the floor. Both guys at about 6'10", and Muscala with too much space.
I tell you what, that's one of the most difficult plays.
Third with 4 fouls. Chris Paul's back and fresh after sitting the last few minutes because they do have 3 lead guards. Ejuan Moore is called on a hold. He doesn't carry it at all. 8 on the shot clock for Chris Paul. It'll be Abdel Nader on the run out, and he's going hard to the ball. And I mean, they've got 14 turnovers, so can they end the game at 14 or 15? Chris Paul, that's his shot. That's usually money for him. Ejuan Moore with Zion by Chris Paul to Adams.
This place was about to explode.
Yeah, you got to get the matchups. Chris Paul for the lead. Adams battling with Melly.
Such an impressive young player.
You said it, plays at his speed. Nico, deep 3, not close. Out of his hand. And the game is controlled by OKC and a sweep.